There is a house at the end of Mercer Street, white siding, green shutters, a broken weather vane on the roof shaped like a rooster, missing its tail. You've probably seen it. Most people have, even if they've never been to Mercer Street. In March of 2019, a woman named Dana Chu posted in a local neighborhood forum in Portland, Oregon. She wasn't looking for attention, she was looking for informations. Her post read, "Hey all, weird question. There is a house that appeared on the corner of my block overnight. Literally wasn't there on Saturday and was there Sunday morning. White with green shutters. My husband says I'm crazy, but I walked past that lot every day for 6 years. It was empty. Does anyone know who owns it? It's giving me a weird feeling and I can't explain why." 43 people replied within an hour. Most said she was probably just not paying attention. One person said it was probably a modular home installed quickly. But one reply, from a user named Hollowfield, said only this: "Don't look at the windows after dark, and don't count the rooms inside. There are never the same number twice." Donna laughed it off. She took a photo of the house the next morning to post as a follow-up. When she checked the photo that evening, the house wasn't in it, just the empty lot. But in the background, barely visible, 3 blocks further down the street than should have been possible, white siding, green shutters. Here's where it gets harder to dismiss, because Dana Chu was not alone. In the following months, researchers, amateur at first, then increasingly serious, began compiling reports of the same structure appearing in different cities, different countries, eventually. Always the same description: white siding, green shutters, a weather vane with a rooster, missing the tail, a front porch with 2 wooden chairs, slightly different angles each time, a door painted dark red, not quite burgundy, not quite brown, the color of something that used to be alive. In April 2019, a retired school teacher in Galway, Ireland, photographed it on a road she'd walked for 30 years. In July 2019, a delivery driver in Osaka, Japan, reported it on a residential street. He knocked on the door to ask for directions. He said, "And I want you to remember this." He said the door opened slightly on its own. He didn't go in. He said he heard, from inside, what sounded like a television, a cooking show, maybe, normal voices, laughter. He got back in his van. He drove away. When he looked in his rearview mirror, the house was gone. Not demolished, not hidden by a turn in the road. Gone. A group of paranormal investigators called the Null Meridian began tracking reported sightings in late 2019. By the time their research was archived, their website went dark in February 2021. I'll come back to that. They had documented 211 confirmed sightings across 34 countries. No 2 sightings were in the same location more than once. No photograph of the house ever retained the image if the photo was taken from directly in front of the door. And in 17 separate cases, 17 witnesses who had seen the house reported the same dream in the weeks that followed. They're standing inside a house, warm light, the smell of something baking. Everything feels safe, feels like home, even if nothing in the house matches anywhere they've ever lived. And then they realize, slowly, the way you realize things in dreams, that they don't know how they got in. They walk to the front door, they open it, and outside, instead of whatever street they expect, instead of their city, their neighborhood, their world, there is nothing. No road, no sky, just a flat, gray nothing in every direction. And behind them, they hear the door. Let me tell you about the last post the Null Meridian ever published. It went up on a January 29, 2021 at 3:14 in the morning. The lead researcher, who went by the name Rook online, real identity never confirmed, had apparently been tracking what they called a pre-emergence pattern. The theory was this: the house doesn't move randomly, it chooses. Rook had been studying sighting data for over a year, and they believed the owls appeared in areas where a specific psychological condition was present in the local population. Not illness, not tragedy, exactly. They described it as a kind of ambient longing, a neighborhood-wide, low-frequency ache, the feeling a place gets when too many people in it quietly wish they were somewhere else, somewhere that felt like home. The house, Rook believed, was drawn to that frequency, like a moth to warmth, and their final post ended with this: "I've been wrong about one thing this entire time. I thought the house was looking for something. I don't think that anymore. I think the house found what it was looking for a long time ago. I think it keeps moving because it's not the house that's lost. We are." I'm writing this from my kitchen, my actual kitchen, the one I've lived in for 11 years. But something is wrong with the light tonight. It's too warm, and I can smell something baking that I'm not baking. I'm going to check the front of the building. If this is the last post, you'll know why. That was the last post. The website went offline 4 days later. 3 members of the Null Meridian who had been in contact with outside researchers were never heard from again. No missing persons reports were filed because, and this is the part that still bothers me most, none of their contacts could remember enough about them to file one. Not their faces, not their last names, only that they had existed, only that they were gone. Over time, from hundreds of witness accounts, a loose set of observations has emerged. Call them rules if you want, I'd call them warnings. 1. The house is always at the edge of your peripheral vision when it first appears. You won't see it head on. You'll notice it from the corner of your eye and feel, very briefly, completely at ease, that feeling is the trap. 2. Do not photograph the front door directly. Witnesses who have done so reported that the image, when viewed later, shows not the door but something behind it. Nobody who has described what they saw behind the door describes it the same way, but they all stop sleeping well afterward. 3. If the door opens on its own, without wind, without reason, do not treat it as an invitation. It isn't. 4. If you are inside, if somehow you are inside, count the rooms, then count them again. If the number changes, if there is a hallway that wasn't there, a staircase that goes up when the house has no second floor, do not follow it. Stand still. Close your eyes. Think as specifically as possible of the place you came from. Not a concept, not home. An actual specific small thing. The sound your front door makes, the smell of your hallway, the exact color of the light through your bedroom window in the morning. Hold on to that and hope that it's enough. 5. And this one is the most important. If you see the house, if you are reading this and you look up from your screen and outside your window, down the street or across the lot, or just barely visible between buildings, white siding, green shutters, a weather vane with a rooster missing its tail, don't go toward it. Don't take a photo. Don't open a window to get a better look. Just turn on every light in your home, every single one. Make the space yours. Make it loud and warm and specific and real. And wait, by morning, it will have moved on, probably. I've been researching this for 7 months now. I want to be honest with you. I can't prove any of this. The forum posts can be verified, some of them. The Null Meridian's archived pages are accessible through the Wayback Machine if you know what to search. The photographs exist, though they're difficult to find, and they never quite show what witnesses described. I don't know what the house is. I don't know where it goes between sidings. I don't know what's inside. But I'll tell you something. I live in a second floor apartment. I've lived here for 3 years. I know this street. And last week, 3 nights ago, I woke up at 3 am and the room felt wrong. Too warm. The light was off. The way it always is. But something in the darkness had a quality to it I've never felt before. Like the room was holding its breath. I lay there for a long time. I didn't move. I didn't look out the window. I thought about specific things, small things. The sound my radiator makes, the exact crack in the ceiling above my bed, the way my coffee smells in the morning. I held on to those, and eventually, slowly, their warmth faded. The room went back to normal. I still haven't looked up the streets on Google Maps. I'm not sure I want to know what I'd see at the corner. Sleep well.